when it can't nobody hold it.
And man, Wack 100 the other day, we've been watching, you know, if you follow his Instagram, he's been calling out rapper YG. And first he put this post up. He said, one thing I can respect is this. Blueface came into the rap game crippin'. He said the game came into the game Pyroing, and Mozzie came into it bloodin'. Some of you niggas was wearing skinny jeans and dancing without a gang slogan coming out your mouth until you got enough money to buy a set. And when he said this, automatically he elicited a response from YG, and YG goes, you should have added me, big OG gangster Paru Godfather. Then after that, man, YG went on a tirade, not YG, but Wack 100 went on a tirade posting of old pictures of YG, as you can see there, throwing up what appears to be a sign. I don't know what the hell the sign is from, but he's saying it wasn't a blood set and whatnot. And y'all can see the caption there. When we will be texting, man, and we ain't really get to express our emotions to each other about this, but how do you feel about this, man? This is very weird to me to see Wack 100 essentially calling YG out for being a fake blood.
It's weird, but then at the same time, it's just, it kind of it validates a lot of things in my head and further tells me, okay, I gotta kind of back myself up from all this. And this is why you don't know what to believe. You never know what to believe. We've seen Wack 100 be serious. We've seen him throw full-fledged publicity stunts like he did a couple months ago with Mike Tyson. We've seen it happen. He is one thing we could say about him, because we don't know and we have really no clue to put any genuine basis outside of our opinion on Wack 100. But one thing we can say is he's a great marketer. He knows how to promote. He knows how to market. He knows how to rile up. He understands that drama causes the greatest amount of attention out here today's age. And if he's trying to promote something, he knows how to properly do it. On the flip side, he could be serious and he could be right about YG. Who knows? Would you
say that all his artists are gimmicks, looking at Ray J, looking at Blueface, looking at the game? And we were talking about, you know, some of the antics of the game, calling out Meek Mill, accusing him of being a rat. We talked about, you know, the game faking like he was in North Philly, but it was really in South Philly at Geno's. We talk about, you know, just the whole laundry list, you know, of things that Ray J back in the day, calling out Fabulous, saying he beat him up, which was a lie. We found out that Ray J was on drugs. But shout out to Ray J now. Obviously, he was young. He's doing his thing now, so we're not holding that against him. It appears to me, though, Sandman, that anybody affiliated with Wack 100, like you said, that marketing shit is down to a science. So when it's time to get stuff going, sell this, or get somebody's name hot, we know how to do this. Now, do you think, though, that YG is involved in that at all?
Maybe.
Yeah. It just seems like that, because my thing is, all right, game supposed to be, you know, set. YG, same shit. So how the fuck is y'all? I don't get that. How's that go?
See, and here's my thing.
How'd that go?
I really don't know. I'm not involved. I have no idea how that goes. And see, you sit back and you give your opinion, and people nowadays are so sensitive and so in touch that you put batteries in people without even realizing you put batteries in them. And then here comes the drama that they love, right? They love the drama. So you say something and then that forces them to get charged up, and there's somebody real that they have around them, whether you were fake or real or not, then they get charged up. And then there's some situations going on. You got some real motherfuckers dealing with some real shit just based off of what was said over a microphone, which shouldn't be. It should be allowed to be face to face. Let's have a real man conversation to do it. But that's not what we were bred on, or that's not what we're on today. That's what we were bred on. That's the thing of the past. This is what I would hope for, because everything you're saying, I agree with. I wish that I knew them face to face to really know. Now,
here's the thing, though, not to cut you off, though, Sam, man. There has been rappers in the past that have been called out for faking the whole blood thing. I don't know about the Crip, but definitely the blood thing.
75% of the rappers are fake. 75%. It just is what it is. 75% of them are gimmicks, and 25%, and that's a healthy crop.
That's probably even higher than that, but go ahead.
You know what I mean? I'm giving them some. That's a healthy crop, but 75% are gimmicks. And the thing that, and as I was driving here, because I knew we were going to have this conversation, we've been holding it all weekend. The thing that kind of is crazy to me is why is things that are glamorized the things that were built off of survival? You know what I mean? People were getting into these gangs and these organizations because something in their brain, something in their heart was broken and that organization or that brotherhood or that bond created a void and filled a void for that something that was lacking. They did it for survival, and in survival they became brothers and they became a family. But by no means did anybody want to go ahead and do anything like that. It should not be glamorized where we're dying in the street because we have to survive out here. I'm not saying that it's right or wrong. I'm just saying it's real. We're dying in the street because of a dog kill or be killed kind of environment, which weren't what the gangs were built on. But now that the negative connotations behind that are the things that are most glamorized out here. And it just boggles my mind. And how the fuck did this become so glamorized? And now this right here is popular. And it's the very thing that's getting motherfuckers locked up, dealing with shit. And if you are faking it, you are doing it, and it's not real. God, that's a real dangerous.
I would say this, man. I would think that you definitely have. You said that 75% of rappers are fake. I would say specifically, you do have some rappers that are faking that. You know what I mean? They can buy the protection. They can, because at the end of the day, I mean, you got your flag and you wearing your red, but you in fucking Calabasas. You know what I mean? Or wherever, away from, the whole scene out there. That's where you going that night. So it's just like, I don't think that YG's fake, but then again, I don't know the politics of LA. I don't know how that whole thing go with the Bloods and the Pyrus and all that. I don't know nothing about that, but it is what it is.
Let me say this so we're going to act like former gang members don't live in Calabasas now. That's the whole fucking point, to get up out of there and live somewhere better. Nobody, if I did represent something, you're not going to get fucking, I'm not going to damn sure take criticism for getting the fuck out. Still repping my stuff too and pride behind my shit, but getting the fuck out so that I can survive and my family can survive. So I ain't mad if they living in Cali. If they grew up out there or Northridge.
I'm saying it, and and the point, like when people promote this negative lifestyle and don't even, do that anymore, I think it's whack.
And it's bad energy. Why would you want that bad energy? Let's talk about bad energy, because we've seen a lot of that. We've seen a lot of that, and we've seen some OGs come out and give some real off the wall bad energy. Then we see some OGs come out and
hit that 5-star rating, and do not forget to subscribe to the podcast so you can make sure that you get the next episode that we probably gonna drop every day. But we're gonna drop it tomorrow. So yeah, man. Let's get it, bro.
Let's get it, man. We also may have some breaking news that come through, because I'm looking at some things. We may have some of that too.
Yes, sir.
That'll come through as the podcast goes along, man. But we want to start first, God. We want to get the people going first, man.
I'm going to start with Neil deGrasse Tyson, because he's been under fire since he made this tweet yesterday. I want to read his tweet for the people listening on the podcast, and I want to get your opinion on this here, man. Now, Neil deGrasse Tyson put this up on his Twitter. He put, in the past 48 hours, the USA horrifically lost 34 people to mass shootings. Now he puts, on average, across any 48 hours, we lose 500 to medical errors, 300 to the flu, 250 to suicide accidents, and he says 40 to homicide via handgun. He goes on to say, often our emotions respond more to spectacle than to data. Now, it was outrage. In his Twitter, it got about 160 something thousand responses, people going in. Obviously, how it's going to go when he says something like that, because look at these mass shootings. It's such a sensitive subject. People are watching on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and their emotions are involved. But Sam, man, what was your thoughts when I read this, this what Neil deGrasse Tyson put out there, man? What's your thoughts on this? Is he dead on accurate, or do you think that he deserves the criticism?
Well, listen, people jump to criticism when you don't, when you act as though you don't go to what they want to say, when you don't fall into their line of thinking. The second you sit back and you don't go toward the masses, then you're automatically deemed wrong or deemed crazy, or you're getting slashed on Twitter or slashed on social media. Like, really, what the fuck does that mean? Because you're obviously way more affected by what he said than what you're saying to him. Let's just talk about this for real, though, because there is a problem in America, a terrorism problem in America, and that needs to be addressed twofold if we're going to address problems that go on in Syria and the Sudan and other areas where it's none of our fucking business to even deal with to begin with. But there's some kind of natural resource that we go and look for, and there's some money involved, and that's why we got our hand dipping in it. Meanwhile, schools and fucking shopping malls up, and we got to identify with that and identify with the culprit. And if you look throughout all of the situations that's been going on, it's white bulls. It is what it is. Now, ain't no shot to all the white bulls, because there's some real good motherfuckers out here.
Right.
But the proof is in the pudding. some people who still are involved in hate and racism and bigotry and all that shit are out here killing motherfuckers, and it is what it is. But let's talk about just that in the whole, just the shootings and people being sensitive about it. I think that I lean toward what Neil deGrasse said. I'm numb to it. I'm numb to it because it's not going to stop me from fucking living. It's not going to stop me from going to grab something to eat if I have to, or take my kids here, or enjoy work, or enjoy the fruits of my labor. I think what goes on is when we start seeing these things, it starts beginning